Jumping right into the game here, Strictly Business versus Faze. I'm actually joined by Nadeshot right now. Map 1, Sovereign Domination. Quick, Nadeshot, give me a player you want to watch.
Let's go with Classic, just
Classic?
because it's such an objective-oriented map, especially on B-Dom. I believe he's going to be pushing that constantly over and over, being very aggressive for his team. He'll be a fun player to watch. Him or Replays in reality, just either one, even Saints, maybe Apathy, just anybody who's really objective-minded.
Yeah, every time I play Faze on this map, this is a team that's not afraid to work with the home flags. They're not afraid to go right for that AC setup, try to work the split spawn, and look at the mini-map. That's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and that's a popular strategy. Even though they changed the spawn logic, I still feel like CB or AB is the better setup, just because split spawns are really never predictable. But you know, they pick up B flag right there. As you can see, Glassic got effect, very aggressive, and Proofy's doing some work as well.
All right, so as Faze, they decide to commit back towards A, get a home flag under their control. It was Strictly Business. They rotated back. They got the A flag as Faze. They pushed up, took B. I actually prefer holding B and C on this map. I feel like if you're going to play the home flags, C is definitely the tougher one to cap. So if you already have it locked down, maybe you have an AR on top of your blue ladder, you'll be able to lock it down a little bit easier.
Oh, for sure. SB actually just got a couple big kills and they were able to cap B, but Faze overextended. They're capping the A flag. He's going to get that with no contest. And it looks like they're working this AC. They have 2 and 2. You know, we're hopping on board with SB right here. He's trying to push this C flag. And if the player at Faze who's at green doesn't come back to his flag, they're going to get that. But you might even see a swap with B flag right now, too.
Yeah, I had to swap wide over to Saints. He's 7-1 right now with 3 captures, so picking up exactly where he left off yesterday. If you remember, he dropped 40 kills in the All-Star game on, I believe it was Domination Strike Zone.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. You know, I teamed with him for a couple days. Unfortunately, the roster didn't work out, but you know, I always respect him for what he can do on Call of Duty. You know, a lot of people don't give him enough credit. They say he's an online warrior just because of how fast he kills people, but you got to attribute that to his gun skill, not his connection.
I mean, he does it on land too, so
yeah.
Nobody could really knock him for it. But 4 captures now, and he finally gets taken out. We're going to switch over to Sensor. And Sensor had a pretty big day 1 as all 4 go down for Faze.
Yeah, I've actually been really surprised with Sensor. He's the type of player that I've witnessed in the past, you know, kind of fall short, you know, not really play up to his potential. But on Call of Duty Ghosts, he's really making a name for himself, been playing very well, and I'm not going to lie, I've been pretty impressed.
Yeah, he's a national champion.
He is a national champion. 2011 Black Ops 1, I think that was the first event that he actually won, so that was really big for him. You know, he stayed kind of silent the last couple years, but like I said, Call of Duty Ghosts, he's already making waves.
Yeah, so what happened right there is Strictly Business, they were pushing for a 3 cap. I'm not sure if you're watching the minimap, and Faze actually got a split spawn at A and C, even though the only flag they currently controlled was A. So they were able to capture C, but Sensor actually went big. He killed the guy who was trying to recap A from it being neutralized, as they were able to get back on their control. But B currently got contested. Sensor gets taken out by Replays, and let's switch over to Replays now.
Yeah, I like that play. You know, they had a really good setup on the map, and then they hopped on B. You know, unfortunately, SB was able to pick up the kills on the flag, and they're going to get that back. But they're sending a lot of pressure towards B. If he can get this kill, a nice 2-piece there by Proofy. He's going to be getting on the flag. He's going to get it contested from Blue Street, but it looks like he's going to be able to capture that if they can take the guy from top control who's about to jump down and contest B.
And Sovereign's a weird map. It's so tough to find the right angle to try to get that guy off of B. When you guys are setting up when you have B control, what are the locations on the map you try to hold?
You know, it's tough because sometimes Placer wants to run an AR and he wants to watch green lane or blue lane, or we want him to run a sub and be more aggressive. So for us, there really is no setup that you can have. You know, if you don't have that AR, it's really hard to watch the lane. So it's really just a free-for-all. Get on the B flag, got to win those clutch 1v1 gunfights so that you can help your team out. But that's really the only way to do it, in my opinion. It's just, if you have a player like Dito, who's actually on this map, runs an AR and holds that blue lane from top balcony, you can do that. But, you know, overall, there's not really much of a setup for this map.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people try to put on FMJ on their gun and just try to spam through the walls of B dom site, but you know, it's just a weird flag to hold, which, you know, might be a reason why people prefer to play home flags as opposed to going right for B.
Yeah, and we have 30 seconds left. This game is neck and neck. You know, Faze has that 3-point lead. You know, it's growing, but it looks like SB is about to capture B, and they might be able to close that before the time runs out.
All right, so 15 seconds remaining. Currently a 3-point lead for Faze as Apathy, he's going to jump on B. They should be able to capture it. And, you know, only 5 seconds remaining, but every point counts in the end. We're going to see how big the lead is for Faze, but it's looking like it could only be maybe like 1 point.
Yeah, it looks like 2 points. So, you know, they're going to be feeling pretty good about that. And look at the map. Look at the captures.
A lot of
SB
caps.
has 18 caps, and then Faze has 15. Right? 8 plus 7 is 15. I got that one, Revan.
That's a good math skill.
You know, with how much it goes back and forth, it just goes to show you, you know, how evenly matched these teams are.
And yesterday we were talking about how you should relate the lead and domination to the map size.
Yeah.
I feel like Sovereign, it's a pretty big map, so a 2-point lead is really nothing here.
Yeah, I mean, we had an 18-point lead versus Complexity at Call of Duty Championships, and we saw how that worked out. So you can't be too confident with any lead. Obviously, you know, this gives you some momentum going into the second side, but I guarantee you right now that everybody on Faze is sitting there talking to each other and saying, 2 points is nothing. We got to turn up. We got to play better, and we got to make this work. Hey,
Well,
Clayster just got here.
What's up, Clayster? But I guess one thing you could kind of say is, you know, since they're down in points, they have to be the ones to make the first move onto the B flag.
Oh, for sure, for sure. The focus on B is the most crucial part of the game. And you know, there's a lot of people that have strategies for the break-off where they'll throw smoke blue lane and then hop on B or drop a trophy. But we've actually tried that a lot. And for whatever reason, if you cap B within the first 10 seconds, your whole team's going to die.
Yeah, right?
It's a curse. You might capture and get that 2 cap right at the beginning, but you're not going to hold it, and then you're going to be out of sync. You won't have a setup, and then you're going to be working on your base for the next 5 minutes. So
yeah, sometimes you're just holding that green and blue lane, you're like, well, they're capping B. I'm going to just let them cap it. I'll kill them off immediately because they're going to run off the flag, and then you can just jump right on it.
Yeah, with how many different ways there are to get on the B, there's both lanes from blue, top control, 2 ladders from underground, 2 lanes from green. It's just so hard to have a legitimate setup. So that's why I actually enjoy watching this map. Like I said yesterday, I don't know if it should be in the rotation anymore, just how inconsistent it plays, but it really makes for some chaotic matches. I mean, Faze, 2-point lead over Strictly Business, SB 3-0'd them at Call of Duty Championship, so the second side is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I think we got to jump right over to Saints to kick
sure.
this one off. He went big on the first side. So here we go. Let's see what his breakoff is. Now, a lot of people, they like to run right into top maps and then maybe switch to an assault rifle to try to pick him off A, but he's got to win this gunfight to his left. I think he's going to get picked off.
He didn't look. He did not look. That's kind of like a 50-50 play. It didn't work out for him. But you have SB, who seems like they're going to be heavy on control side. I love the play by Sensor, throwing the nade, making sure that nobody can rush him, hopping on B with a trophy. And they're probably going to get this flag. I love that. That was a great play.
That was just perfect execution. They had all of green locked down. They knew all the gunfights were going to happen over near the control side of the map. But as we're watching Sensor, it looks like he is going to decide to at least put some pressure over towards A. If you look at the minimap, somebody from Faze is going to have to back up, especially since they're both at the generator side of the map. This is going to be a neutral.
Yeah, and you saw that they just got a green spawn. So Faze might be able to capture B if Apathy doesn't go big here. Real quick, if we want to, I want to see this. Faze actually picks up the 2-piece, gets him on B, and it looks like they're going to get A as well. So SB
that works out for
right
them.
there for like 10 seconds, and then it all just crumbled.
I mean, Apathy did a great job just staying alive. That drew the focus of the people who are capturing B flag on him, but his teammates just weren't able to pick up the kills. They knew Apathy was still going to jump down from up top, and in the end, that trade works out for Faze. They recap A, and they get control of B.
Yeah, and they're picking up some big kills in their base right now. That's 2 dead. If they can find that guy lingering in top control, then they're going to have a really good setup for the next couple minutes.
Yeah, better rough start for Sensor here. He's 0-3, but he has 3 caps, so they're capturing the flags. They're just not holding them. Let's switch over to Proofy now, as it looks like he has the high end. He's 4-1.
Yeah, Proofy is essentially he's an assault rifle player, but in Call of Duty 4 and even in past titles, he's used an SMG. And just watching him play, that gun skill that we've seen in the past, just those moments of greatness on Raid Hardpoint against Farico at Call of Duty Championships, it's so much fun to watch him play because he kills everything.
Oh, yeah, back in the day in Modern Warfare 2, you put an ACR on Proofy's hands and you don't want anything to do with him. He's on one side of the map, you're going to push the other.
I feel like I'm an encyclopedia. All I can remember is high-rise capture the flag, national championship. We ended up beating Envy, but he dropped 40 kills with an ACR. They ended up losing, but he's just a dominant slayer. There's no other words for Proofy.
Yeah, and the fact that he was using an assault rifle for most of his career, then switches it up and still does very well with that SMG, just goes to show how talented of a player he is.
You want to know who did a flip like that as well?
Who?
Parasite.
Oh,
he was
Nameless as well.
Yeah, he was a foul player at the beginning of Black Ops 2, and then he used the M8.
Clayster, too.
Clayster is actually, I'm surprised, because when we first started teaming and he brought out an SMG, he was dropping 20 kills, strike zone, Sovereign, he's killing it. But now he's getting a place where he wants to pull out an assault rifle on Sovereign and thinks that's the right play to make. But, to each their own, I guess.
Well, let's go over to an assault rifle player. Dito off the respawn here. He still has the AR in his hand. So we'll see where he decides to play. I definitely feel like if you're going to use an AR on this map, you're going to either want to sit back on green lane or sit back on blue lane and, just work the high ground to your advantage.
Yeah, but you know what? I had a conversation with Complexity, and they run 4 subs on that map at all time. And I think the game has evolved to that place where you need to have 4 subs. Dito's doing a good job here, and I'm not, giving Clayster a hard time because I see him make plays on B flag. He rocks a pistol, and he picks up some nasty 2-pieces with it. It takes away from the aggressiveness that you want to have with the team. But right now, it's working for Strictly Business. They have a 16-point lead with a minute and a half. So in reality, it's 14-point lead. But if they hold on to this, they're probably going to win. Faze is going to be needing a 3-cap here very soon.
Yeah, and Dito's doing some serious work with this assault rifle, despite the fact, he's just sitting on B flag. And Saints, can he get the 2-piece? No, only gets 1. Aptly's there to clean up, so they maintain control of B flag. But it looks like 2 more Faze members around the area, and Aptly will be able to take out 1, and Dito will be able to clean up the 2nd.
So like we talked about yesterday, if you have a 2-cap, the only amount of points that you possibly have is 12. So Faze absolutely needs a 3-cap right now. Their hopes of winning this map is dwindling. Strictly Business, I think Saints 15-9, another monster side by him. And they really kept their composure and brought this back.
All right, so looking at the caps as well, not nearly as many as on the first side. A nice 2-piece by Sensor, just saving C-Flag from being neutralized as he moves to the top of the leaderboard. But you got to get up to Saints. This guy's just a slaying monster.
Yeah, and we talk about him so much at the beginning of the game. We watched his POV and he got taken out early. But to be honest with you, it's just natural to him. I feel like there's 4 players in this league that really have that slaying aura around them. They're just so absolutely talented. And it's Karma, Saints, Crim6, and Scumpy. And those are just 4 players. If you put them on any team, they'll shine. And that's why it's so much fun when we get to watch them play.
Yep, so that's going to do it. Strictly Business, they're going to take map 1 in the series. It's a best of 5 as Sovereign Domination. They took it fairly easily as Faze. They only won by 2 points on the first side, and then SB, they come out and they win by 32.
You know what? I'm excited to watch Search and Destroy because SB, the last tournament they played, they lost 6 consecutive rounds to Envy. I think 3 of their players didn't even get kills in that match. So I want to see them with a big rebound versus Faze. Do you know what map we're going to for the Search and Destroy?
I don't know it just yet, but we do know, of course, that it will be Search and Destroy. And
I'm interested to see the dynamics between these 2 teams. I really am.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up. Map 1 going to Strictly Business. We're going to commercial break. When we come back, Search and Destroy between Faze and SB.